Hi class, who are you today? That's great. Alright, so the learning target for today is to find the slope of a line. So before, I was giving you the slope and the y-intercept and you had to graph the line. Now I'm going to give you the line or points on the line and you have to tell me what the slope is. We're going to do this 3 different ways. One, I'm going to give you the graph of a line. Second, I'm going to give you 2 points on the line, and third, I'm going to give you the equation of the line. Let's get started. Alright, so first we have a graph of a line, and I want you to find the slope of that line. So notice that we have 2 points here on this line, and we want to find the slope. So we start at the first point, the one on the left, and we try to get to the second point by only going up or down and left and right. So first we just go up because the point is above, the second point is above the first point, so we go up. So we draw a line up. Now, how much up did this line go? Well, it went up 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So, we write 4. Now, we want to go over. We go to the right. How far did this one go? Went to the right 1, 2, 3 units. So we say 3. Now, to make slope we call M, is always rise over run. So we went up first, so we do the rise first, which is 4, and then the run, which was 3. Because we went up 4 and to the right 3. So our slope is 4/3. Make sure to reduce any fractions you have, but in this case this one can't reduce at all, so this would be your answer. But if you do have one that can reduce, make sure to reduce it down as much as you can. Alright, so now I give you 2 points, and I want you to tell me the slope of the line that goes through those 2 points. So, first we need to find out, here is what's called the formula to find slope. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now what does that mean? Well, remember that these points are written x, y. X, y. Now, which one's 1 and which one's 2, that's really the order that they're given. So this is the first point here, so the x and y here will both be 1. x1, y1. So that means this one's x2, y2. So now we plug it in. So y2, which is 14, minus y1, which is 5, and then over x2, which is 1, minus negative 2, x1. So now we do the top and the bottom. So we say 14 minus 5, that's going to be 9. And then 1 minus negative 2. So you have to remember there's a minus here, but there's also a negative here. You have to put both in. And remember, what happens when you minus a negative? It's the same thing as adding a positive. So these are now plus. So instead of saying 1 minus negative 2, we're just saying 1 plus 2. And 1 plus 2 is 3. So 9 divided by 3, we can reduce that. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So that's our slope. 3. This is the one that we're going to be using the most. So you definitely want to make sure you understand how to do this. So this formula will be very important. Put a box around it. Make sure you really know what this is. So this formula right here is very important. You'll use this for years to come. Alright, next example. Here we have 2x plus 4y equals 8, and I want you to tell me what the slope is. Well, in order to do that, remember we want it in this form. Y equals mx plus b. And the m is our slope. So, just like we were doing with graphing, I want you to solve this equation for y. So I want you to turn this equation into slope-intercept form, and then finding the slope will be very easy. So, start off same steps as last time. Just like solving equations to graph, we're going to solve this one to find the slope. So we need this in the same form. Start off, this is a 2x, so we subtract 2x from both sides. So now we have 4y equals, and now remember we want to put the x first, so negative 2x and then it's a positive 8, so we say plus 8. Now we need y by itself, so we need to divide both sides by 4. So we need to divide everything by 4. So 4's canceled to leave just y. Then we have negative 2/4. This can be reduced. So we have just one negative, so it will be a negative. And then 2 over 4, well, they can both be divided by 2, right? So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So 1/2 is the same thing as saying 2/4. Then we have our x plus, and then 8 divided by 4 is 2. So now we have this in slope-intercept form. Y equals negative 1/2 x plus 2. So our slope, which is what we're looking for, is what's in front of x. Negative 1/2. And you have to put the negative in there. Alright, so here's the last one. So, two special cases. One, if you have y equals a number, the x is gone, all you have is y equals a number. Remember, this will make a horizontal line at that number. What is the slope of that line, though? So, to find the slope of that line, well, it's a horizontal line, so that means it will go up 0. It never goes up, and then will be over whatever amount it is. So let's just say 1 in this case. But it'll be 0 over some number. So the slope of that, 0 divided by anything, is 0. So the slope of any horizontal line, any equation that's just y equals a number, is going to be 0. Now, what if we have x equals a number? Now y is gone. Remember, that's a vertical line at that number. So our slope, this time it goes up and down plenty. So we'll say it goes up 1. Again, that number doesn't matter. But then it doesn't go over at all. It stays vertical. It doesn't go left or right at all. So that means the bottom number is 0. You may or may not know this, but it's impossible to divide by 0. You just can't do it. It's not physically possible. So if 0 is on the bottom, which happens with any vertical line, which the equation is x equals a number, it's not possible. And we say that it's undefined. The slope is undefined because we just don't know what it is. It's not physically possible to do. Alright, so that's it for the lesson. Now we have the sponge activity. So once again, remember, to get full credit on the assignment, you have to do the sponge activity, both problems here. But if you get both problems right, you will get a bonus point on the next test as well. So, the sponge activity says, find the slope of the line in each problem. So in the first problem, I give you 2 points, and you have to find the slope of the line that goes through both points. And here, I give you an equation, and you have to solve it into slope-intercept form and find out what the slope is based on that. So 2 problems. Remember, you have to do it, but if you get it right, you get a bonus point on the next test. So, remember, take notes on the entire section, including the sponge activity. You need to attempt it. And once you finish the sponge activity, take a picture of your notes and the sponge activity, submit it to eBackpack. Have a good night.